Yes. Good afternoon to all the delegates from Paris. And after the lunch, thank you very much for joining us. And I think I would like to hand over to our secretary, Mr. Tim Curtis. Over to you. He has some comments. Announcement. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. Yes, I just want to announce, and as many delegates will notice, we are advancing fastly on the schedule, and we are even ahead of the schedule. And the examination of nominations is ahead of the order of files that was published. And we have received some requests from states who prefer to wait for their nominations to be examined tomorrow morning because they wish to have the communities concerned by the nominations had planned to meet in a group to observe the work of the committee, and they feel that it could not be rescheduled. So although we have not had the time to go through the Bureau, we do feel that indeed, because we are going fast, we should accommodate these requests from communities. We have this for the nominations submitted by Belgium, 8B4, the nominations submitted by Italy, 8B18. And should other states also have problems and wish to move backwards, it is more complicated and problematic to move forwards, but to move backwards we can accommodate. Please send an official request to ichmeetings@unesco.org. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson.
Thank you very much, Secretary. And now we move on to 8.B.30 from Palestine. The art of embroidery in Palestine practices skills, knowledge, and rituals. So I would like to invite our chairperson of the evaluation body, Luba Wolanska. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The art of traditional embroidery is widespread in Palestine. It is the practice of applying embroidery on the traditional attire worn by women in the villages as well as on the sheets and bedspreads. Embroideries include a variety of symbols and figures such as birds, trees, and flowers. Originally made and worn in rural areas, the practice is now common in all of Palestine and among members of the diaspora. The evaluation body considered that the nomination meets all 5 criteria. The practice of the element itself is a creative one, and respect for cultural diversity will be enhanced. The evaluation body appreciated the ensuring of the widest possible involvement of communities, including the women from refugee camps, in the nomination process. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of the art of embroidery in Palestine, practices, skills, knowledge, and rituals on the representative list. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson. And the Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendment for this file from Palestine. May I therefore ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file as shown on the screens as a whole. That is 16.com 8.B.30. Yes, I think there is no objection. I see no objection. Therefore, I would like to adopt it. So it is adopted. So thank you very much. Congratulations, Palestine. Now I would like to give the floor to the Palestine. Over to you. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair. Merci, Monsieur le Président. Permettez-moi, au nom du ministère de la Culture et de ma délégation, de commencer par remercier le secrétariat et l'organe d'évaluation et bien entendu les membres du comité pour leurs efforts incessants et le travail de qualité qu'ils fournissent malgré les difficultés que l'on connaît. Je souhaite exprimer ma reconnaissance aux praticiens de l'art de la broderie palestinienne pour avoir initié cette première nomination nationale. Nos sincères remerciements vont aux praticiens et experts qui ont contribué à la préparation de ce dossier de nomination excellent. Parmi eux, 2 experts internationaux, Madame Camilla Rossing et Monsieur Evind Folk, et notre experte nationale, Madame Amani Junaidi, et tous ses collègues. I'll switch to English, Mr. Chair. Mr. Chairperson, Palestine is proud of its embroidery tradition and intends to share it with the whole world. Many fashion designers around the world have been inspired by the Palestinian embroidery art. One example is the talented Japanese fashion designer, Mrs. Maki Yamamoto, who acknowledges its Palestinian origin. The use of the Palestinian embroidery art and tradition by international fashion designers is a recognition of its quality, and therefore they shall acknowledge its Palestinian origin. This credit is very important to safeguard the Palestinian embroidery art and tradition from any cultural appropriation or misuse. Finally, I would like to invite you all to visit Palestine and enjoy its rich, tangible and intangible cultural heritage. And now, Mr. Chair, with your permission, a 1-minute video about the art of embroidery in Palestine. Thank you again. Merci beaucoup. Shukran jazilan.
Palestinian embroidery, for me, can be considered implicitly political by virtue of being made by people and worn on the body. It has a particular kind of intimacy, but it has also intersected in fascinating and sometimes unexpected ways. The most important thing for me is that we understand this material not just as simply beautiful or decorative, but rather something that can tell us about Palestinian history, about Palestinian endurance and longevity, not just in the past, but also very much in the present and in the future.
Yes, thank you very much for that. And now I go to the next file 8.b.40 from Syrian Arab Republic. Nomination is Al-Qadir Al-Halabiya. So I would now invite our chairperson of the evaluation body to explain about this. Thank you. Over to you.
Thank you. Al-Qudud al-Halabiya is a form of traditional music from Aleppo with a fixed melody. Sung for religious and entertainment purposes, the lyrics vary according to the type of event, where singers can improvise lyrics according to what is happening around them. Qudud is a vital part of Aleppan culture. The evaluation body considered that the nomination meets all 5 criteria and particularly appreciate the example of how safeguarding intangible cultural heritage can provide communities with a source of resilience in conflict and post-conflict situations and foster peace building and dialogue among communities. The evaluation body also underlined that the file can serve as a good example of how the inscription of an element on the representative list of intangible cultural heritage of humanity can contribute to ensuring the visibility and awareness of the significance of the intangible cultural heritage in general. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of Al-Qudud al-Halabiya on the representative list. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chairperson of Evaluation Body. Now, I think the Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendment for this file, and therefore, may I ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file as shown on the screens as a whole. That is draft decision 16.com, 8.b.40. I see no objection, therefore I adopt it. Yeah, now, yeah, please, Syria, I would like to give the floor to Syria. Please.
Merci, Monsieur le Président. Au nom de la République arabe syrienne, des citoyens syriens, des habitants d'Alep et d'ailleurs, nous nous réjouissons de l'inscription de Al-Qudud al-Halabiya sur la liste représentative du patrimoine culturel et immatériel d'une humanité. Nous remercions l'UNESCO pour cette reconnaissance. Nous exprimons notre sincère gratitude au comité et à l'organe d'évaluation pour des décisions éclairées, ayant félicité la Syrie pour la présentation de cette candidature. À travers un dossier remarquable, se gratifie de bons exemples de patrimoine culturel immatériel vivant, fruit de l'identité culturelle syrienne et source de résilience et de dialogue, favorisant la consolidation de la paix. À travers cette inscription, la Syrie adresse un message universel de fraternité, d'harmonie et d'amitié au monde entier. Ce genre musical traditionnel syrien, accompagné de chants en arabe, est reconnu en tant que source d'identité culturelle nationale collective et comme l'expression à haute valeur historique d'un produit de la créativité culturelle, fruit de la diversité et de la cohésion des communautés sur la terre de Syrie. Aujourd'hui, son inscription anime d'une seule volonté le cœur des Syriens, hommes et femmes, celui des détenteurs et des praticiens, des communautés de toute génération en Syrie et dans le monde arabe, allant au-delà des frontières, des limites et des défis. Nous avons une pensée pour l'illustre chanteur Sabah Fakhri, qui vient de s'éteindre. Il était incontestablement l'un des symboles les plus accomplis de l'ingéniosité musicale syrienne à l'épine contemporaine. Il a apporté l'essence même nécessaire à la floraison de ce chant et l'a conduit sur la voie de l'universalité. Le gouvernement syrien, les communautés locales, les praticiens, les détenteurs et toute partie prenante en partenariat avec le Fonds syrien pour le développement s'engagent solennellement pour la pérennité et le rayonnement de l'Hudud al-Halabiya et sa transmission intergénérationnelle. Dans l'esprit de la convention, nous vous prions de diffuser la vidéo. Merci, Monsieur le Président.
فتحت عنا إذاعة حلب سنة 40 42 هيك شيء يعني. يا صبري بدي آخذك للإذاعة. وكانت الإذاعة بشارع اسكندرون. والله غنيت أنا ليالي وتقلبت شوي في النغمة وكذا.
أنا عندي شغلة مهمة، أن أحافظ على الميلودي هو اللحن الأساسي أو جسم اللحن الأساسي. أنا أرى لا ضير وأرى أنه ضرورة لاستمرار التراث ونعطيه دم جديد وحياة جديدة، وإلا إذا كان سنقدمه كما هو سيبقى في المتاحف.
لحظات نحن لقائنا مع مشاهدنا وجمهورنا هي أمتع لحظة في حياتي أنا.
Yes, thank you very much for that. Now I would like to move to 8.B.26 from Morocco. Nomination, Taurida. I now like to invite the chairperson of the evaluation body to explain about this. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Borida is a Moroccan equestrian performance dating back to the 16th century. It stimulates a succession of military parades reconstructed according to ancestral Arab Amazigh conventions and rituals. The riders' customs and costumes represent their tribe or region, and transmission takes place from generation to generation within families, through oral traditions, and by observation. The evaluation body considers that the nomination meets all 5 criteria. The element holds importance for the cultural identity and collective memory of Morocco and its communities. It contributes to sustainable development through horse breeding and the production of clothing and saddlery from local materials. The evaluation body appreciated the safeguarding measures geared towards the care and repopulation of horses over time. The nomination process involved the participation of the concerned communities and was initiated by various groups and associations. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of Borida on the representative list. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairperson. The Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendments for this file. So, therefore, may I ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file as shown on the screens as a whole. Now we can see draft decision 16.com 8.b.26. So there is no objection. So I adopted, and congratulations. I think there's a video. Yeah.
There is little, excuse me, Chair, there is just little word and then the video, if you allow me. Thank you.
Okay, please go ahead.
Thank you, Chair. I would like to thank the evaluation bodies, the members of the committee and the Secretariat of the 2003 Convention for the great work done. The Kingdom of Morocco and the delegation of Morocco are deeply grateful to you all for this inscription in the representative list of intangible heritage of humanity. As you know, Tborida is a historical practice depicting the strong relation between the man and the horse. It devotes a large repertoire of music and traditional songs that celebrates this equestrian art and his riders. And as I recall, I would say that to protect its intangible heritage, the Kingdom of Morocco has inscribed in its own constitution and given to its singularity the respect and the safeguarding of its cultural diversity, namely Amazigh, Hassani, Arab, African, and Jew. All this thanks to the great and amazing commitment of His Majesty Mohammed VI. So once again, thank you very much. And now there is a short video that will be shown to give you an overview about the tremendous art. Thank you very much, Chair.
لهذا التقليد الفروسي اسم أشهر من نار على علم: التبوريدة. ضاربة جذورها في فرق الفرسان، تلك الفرق العسكرية النبيلة المهيبة تسمو التبوريدة عن أن تكون مجرد طقس احتفالي، بل تعدوها لتكون فناً حربياً متكاملاً. إنها إجلال حق لأشجع وأعظم فرسان المملكة المغربية. قبل امتطاء جيادهم يحيي الفرسان طقوساً تكاد تكون مقدسة، يحممون أحصنتهم ويعتنون بشعورها الحريرية قبل اعتلاء صهواتها، ثم يتفقدون بنادقهم البارودية قبل تلقيمها ليجتمعوا وقد اتشحوا بأفخم الألبسة التقليدية للدعاء جماعة. في كل موسم يحتفي فرسان التبوريدة بقيم يجلونها ويبجلونها، قيم لا تقبل التفاوض ولا التفريط، قيم الشرف والفخر والشجاعة والتضامن والكرم. ميثاق الشرف هذا يرتكز على أركان ثلاث: حب الخيل وعشق الثوب، والأهم من هذا وذاك احترام المقدم. فحوزة رتبة مقدم الصربة شرف ما بعده شرف، شخصية أبوية وقائد روحي يتقدم المقدم فرسانه، ويكون أول من يعتلي ركاب الخيل قبلهم وآخر من يترجلها بعدهم، دأباً على عادات الأجداد المحاربين، إذ أن القائد أول من يقتحم المعركة وآخر من يغادرها. تتماهى التبوريدة التي تضم تحت عباءتها التقاليد والدين وفنون الحرب لأبعد من كونها فناً تراثيا، وتصير أسلوب حياة لا يحتد بحدود المضمار. ولنبل مقامها فهي قبلة كل فنان وحرفي تقليدي بالمملكة. هكذا ورث الأجداد قبل الآباء التبوريدة لأبنائهم وبناتهم، وعبروا بها بحراً عاتياً من قرون الزمن لتحط بأمان على شط اليوم، وتصير بهذا تراثاً عالمياً لليونسكو.
Thank you very much for that video. And now I move on to 8.b.24 from Mauritania. Traditional teaching system of the Madras in Mauritania. And now I would like to ask our chairperson of the evaluation body to explain about that. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mahadra, sometimes called the University of the Desert, is a traditional education system providing different levels of teaching with the aim of acquiring and transmitting knowledge under conditions that are adapted to the nomadic way of life. The evaluation body considered that the information provided is not sufficient to determine whether criteria R1, R2, R3, R4, and R5 are satisfied. The description focuses on Mahadra as an educational institution rather than on the knowledge and skills associated with it. The description of the institution is broad, and the information could be used to describe other forms of educational institutions. The file provided insufficient information to determine how the knowledge and skills related to the element are transmitted from one generation to the next. The proposed safeguarding measures are largely state-led. It is therefore unclear what role the concerned communities and individuals played in the development of the proposed measures and their roles in the implementation of these measures. Finally, the file doesn't clearly indicate whether there is an existing inventory. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends that this nomination be referred to the submitting state. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairperson of the evaluation body. The Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendment for this file. Therefore, may I ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file as shown on the screens as a whole. Yeah, draft decision 16.com, 8.b, 24. I see no objection, therefore I adopt it. Adopted. And now, Mauritania. Yeah, there no one. Okay, no problem. So we'll proceed. We'll proceed to Turkey. 8.b.43 Turkey. Hosn a heart traditional calligraphy in Islamic art in Turkey. And also, I must mention that there's a small, yeah. So let me first ask our chairperson of the evaluation body to explain about this. Over to you, Luba. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The Husni hat is the centuries-old Turkish art of writing with Islamic letters of Arabic by using reed pens and soot ink in a measured and proportional manner while taking aesthetics into consideration. The element contributes to the continuity of social memory and cultural identity of the communities concerned. The evaluation body considered that the nomination meets all 5 criteria. By enabling the diversity of writing shapes, forms and composition, resulting in myriad artworks, the element is open to new forms and thus promotes human creativity. The file demonstrates wide community participation in the nomination process, beginning with the inscription of the element in the national inventory to the preparation of the nomination file. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of Husni hat, traditional calligraphy in Islamic art in Turkey, on the representative list. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Chairperson of the evaluation body. Yeah, there is a small amendment from Saudi Arabia, so therefore I would like to open the floor to Saudi Arabia to produce that small amendment. We can't hear. There's some technical problem. Saudi Arabia, over to you to introduce the small amendment. We can't hear yet. We can't hear. There's some. Now? Okay. Go ahead. But the voice, we are not getting the voice yet. Yeah, please check your audio. All right? We are not getting the sound. Right? Still, we are not getting. Just check the audio. Yes, We will allow a few seconds to Saudi Arabia to adjust the audio. I can see the video, but not the audio. Please check.
Chair, but
Now.
They are muted.
Yeah, now it's okay. Now it's okay. We get the sound.
Okay.
Please go ahead, Saudi Arabia.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you very much. We have introduced a minor amendment to make the text in conformity with the title that has been changed.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you very much, and we can amend it, okay? Yeah. So with that, now you can see the amendment on the screen. I see no objection, therefore I adopt it. And congratulations. Yeah. Now I would like to give the floor to Turkey. Over to you, Turkey. I think it's a video. Yes, congratulations, Turkey. Now I move on to 8.b.13 from Finland. Now I would like to hand over to the Vice Chair of the evaluation body to explain about this.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson. The next file is Kostinen fiddle playing and related practice and expression submitted by Finland. Kostinen folk music is played with the fiddle, violin, and is sometimes accompanied by other instruments. It is played in private and organized group during public celebration and ceremonies, including wedding parties, at concert and public jam session, and at the annual Kostinen Folk Music Festival. It is viewed as a means of training cross-generational teams. The evaluation body considers that the nomination meets all 5 criteria and commends the state party for a well-prepared file that demonstrates the involvement of community through the nomination process and present a comprehensive set of safeguarding measures formulated by various associations and stakeholders and involving management and monitoring efforts. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the description of Kostinen fiddle playing and related practice and expression element on the representative list. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson.
Thank you very much. And there is no amendments, and therefore I would like to, yes, as seen on the screen, 16.com, 8.b.13, I would like to ask anybody, there is no objection, so therefore I adopt it. Adopted. And I would like to ask, next, Finland, that is 8.b.13. I think I would like to ask Finland to speak.
Thank you. Mr. Chair, members of the committee, colleagues, Finland would like to thank the evaluation body and the committee members for the inscription of Kostinen fiddle playing and related practices to the representative list. We are proud to present a tradition that is practiced by a dynamic local community and that resonates broadly also beyond Finland's borders. Kostinen is famous for its music traditions both in Finland and around the world, and the traditions of fiddle playing are a key element of these practices. The Kostinen fiddle playing is also a good example of a living musical tradition that is strongly relevant to its community and has been central in the community's efforts to safeguard its cultural heritage. Again, thank you very much on behalf of Finland and all the national and local stakeholders. And now to the video.
Pelimannitouhu merkitsee kyllä todella paljon, että se on vaan vahvistunut nyt tälleen aikuisiällä ja se on tärkeä voimavara ainakin itselle, että kun on asunut muualla, niin tietää kuitenkin tavallaan myös sen musiikin kautta, että mistä on kotoisin ja missä omat juuret on.
Mulla on autotallissa omaa soittokämppä ja mä menen sinne ja saatan tunnin pari päästellä.
Kaustisen musiikin ja tämmöinen, niin sen merkitys on tosi suuri. En mä osaisi kuvitella sellaista, että se puuttuisi täältä. Se on niin merkittävä osa ihan niin kuin tätä kulttuuria, mikä täällä on.
Thank you very much. And now I would like to move to 8.b.9 from Sovereign State Denmark. The nomination is Inuit drum dancing and singing. Now I would like to ask the evaluation body representative to explain that.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. The next file is Inuit drum dancing and singing, submitted by Denmark. Inuit drum dancing and singing are indigenous forms of artistic expression performed during national holidays, festive celebration and social events. It embodies a shared identity and a sense of community, as well as a means of creating continuity between the past and the present. The practice are perceived as symbols of equity and equality in Greenland and are universally recognized as belonging to everyone, regardless of age, gender, social status or political views. The evaluation body considered that the nomination meets all 5 criteria and highly appreciated the ensuring of wide participation of the concerned communities, groups and individuals in the safeguarding of the element. The inscription will announce collaborations with practitioners of other music genres, thereby promoting respect for cultural diversity and fostering creativity. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of this element on the representative list. Thank you, Chairperson.
Thank you very much. And the Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendment for this file. Therefore, may I ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file as shown on the screens as a whole. Draft decision 16.com 8.p9 from Denmark. Yes, I see no objection. Therefore, I adopt it. Adopted, and congratulations. Yeah, now I move. Yeah, Denmark, I would like to open the floor to Denmark with a video also.
Сулиттаасумут қуяна таанскит уартуссаасуи аама наминнерсарсуқартуссат синнерлуит нунат тамалаакорнани атаатсумталиап пиорсарсимассутиккут тигуссаангитсуник кигорнуссаник пиуартитсеқатааниарлутик иллерсуиниарлутиллу қилаатерсорнеқ юнискуп инуеқатигинни пиорсарсимассутиккут тигуссаангитсуник кигорнуссан илаасортанут аллатторсимаффианут илунгуссимаммагу қутсавиорусуппара аамматтаа наллерсуисартут қутсавиорусуппакка иннерсууссамут наллиинерми питсаасумик оқасеқатигиниллут нуаннерсуник тунниуссақарсимаммата иннерсууссаанеқ таанскит калааллиллу оқартуссаасут акимут сулақатигиллуарсиманеранник миннерунгитсимиллу нунатта катерсугаасивиа аллагаатеқарфиалу аамматтаа кигорнуссатсинник ернерлатсиуартуусут сулақатигиллуарсиманеранник писиннаасимару тааккуми қилаатерсорнер пиллугу қассусууллутик qaammarsaasimaneranut аамматтаа уунга иннерсуусинермут пиараассарлуарсиманеранут аннертуумик қутсавируссуппакка атаатсиморлута қилаатерсорнер тассаасоқ инуяқатигит инуит пиорсарсимассусаанут илаасоқ тамаккиисумик иллерсорсиннааюмаллуу сулеқатаассаагут таамаиллуни кингуассатта сиуниссами қилаатерсорнер илниарфигалуулу аторсиннааниассаммассук қуянақа.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much. And now I move on to Malta. And the nomination is El Ghana, Maltese folk song tradition. Now I invite our representative of the evaluation body to explain that. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson. The next file, as you said, is the Hana, a Maltese folk song tradition submitted by Malta. Hana is used to describe three related types of rhythmed folk song in Malta. One's primarily performed by rural farmers, fishermen, and manual laborers, Hana is now embraced at the national level and serves to bring neighbors and families together. The element supports the transmission of the Maltese language, while invoking popular wisdom and conveying social critique through satire. Singers act as the voice of the working class, and the element provides a platform for informal social and political debate and reflection on shared history. The evaluation body considered that the nomination meets all 5 criteria. The body really appreciates the file as an exemplary one for including the aspect of proposing formal means of integrating the element into the school curriculum and for efforts to increase youth involvement. The file demonstrates clearly the widest possible participation of communities, groups, and individuals. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of Hana, a Maltese folk song tradition, on the representative list. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson.
Thank you very much, the Vice President of the evaluation body. Now, the Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendment for this file, as usual. So therefore, may I ask the committee to adopt this draft decision on this file as shown on the screens as a whole. That is 16.com, 8.b, 23. Yes, I see no objection, therefore I adopted, and congratulations for that. Now, there's a video. Let us watch that.
Ninsab tassew gburi u kuntent li issa Malta għandha t-tieni element ta' wirt intangibbli li huwa rikonoxxut mill-UNESCO. Dan wara li s-sena l-oħra UNESCO rikonoxxiet il-mod kif issir il-ftira Maltija. Dan hu nur kbir għal għannejja kollha u dawk li ħobbu l-għana. Huwa unur ukoll għall poplu Malti u għawċi kollu li għaqda internazzjonali bħalma hija UNESCO u l-pajjiżi kollha fih dan din l-organizzazzjoni qegħdin jirrikonoxxu l-wilt kulturali kbir li għandu pajjiżna. Dan bla dubju jagħmilna lkoll kburin. Dan il-privileġġ qiegħed ipoġġi pis akbar fuqna lkoll. Għax issa rridu nagħmlu minn kollox biex nissalvagwardjaw dan il-wirt kulturali. Dan għax issa mhuwiex tagħna biss, iżda sar wirt kulturali tal-umanità kollha.
Yes, thank you very much. Now I move on to 8.b.28. Yep. Yeah, I now move to 8.b.34. That is Portugal. Nomination, Community Festives in Campo Mare. from Portugal. Now, I would like to ask the evaluation body representative to explain that. Please, over to you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson. As you say, the next file is community festivities in Campo Maior, submitted by Portugal. The community festivity of Campo Maior is a popular event during which the streets of Campo Maior in Portugal are decorated with millions of paper flowers in various shapes, color, and patterns. The practice strengthens creativity and community belonging, and there is a sense of a friendly competition between street commissions to see which street will have the most original and colorful design. The evaluation body considered that the nomination meets all 5 criteria. The file highlights the role of community volunteerism in bringing the element forward, as well as the inclusive nature of the element, which brings together various generations and variation of cultural expression, including those of immigrant populations. The evaluation body particularly appreciated the excellent quality of the supporting video. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of the community festivities in Campo Maior on the representative list. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson.
Thank you very much for that explanation. And the Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendment for this file as well. So may I therefore ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file as shown on the screens as a whole. Yes, draft decision 16.com 8.b34 from Portugal. Yes, I see no objection, therefore I adopt it happily. Adopted. And congratulations. Congratulations. Now let us watch the video from Portugal. Yeah.
Este é um dia que ficará para sempre na história de Campo Maior. A classificação das festas do povo como património cultural e material da humanidade é, acima de tudo, uma justa homenagem às mulheres e aos homens de Campo Maior que há mais de um século empenham os seus esforços para fazer deste um evento único no mundo. Enquanto representante de todos os campo-maiorenses, é para mim um orgulho poder assistir a este momento de reconhecimento de uma das nossas maiores tradições. Em nome de Campo Maior e de todos os campo-maiorenses, muito obrigado.
Yes, thank you very much, Portugal. And I think, dear colleagues, we are much ahead of the schedule because everything moves slowly and smoothly, steadily. Therefore, I suggest, with your permission, to take a 15 minutes break. So we'll take a 15 minutes break. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I think we are back again. We are going to start with Tajikistan, but before that, I would like to ask the Secretary, Mr. Tim Curtis, can you just tell us what are the countries and the files that we have to go forward? Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson, and indeed, we've been going quite quick, so we've received some more requests to examine the files in the morning. So just to read out those files that are on the list, but that will be, in fact, examined in the morning. It's 8B45 Ukraine, 8B4 Belgium, 8B18 Italy, 8B28 Netherlands, 8B46 Uzbekistan, 8B25 Montenegro, and 8B33 Poland. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much. So let us start with Bulgaria, right? Yep. Yep. Yeah, before that, Tajikistan, yes. 8.B.41, Tajikistan. The nomination is Falak. I now would like to invite the representative from the evaluation body. Now we have the chairperson, Luba Polanska. Over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Falak, meaning heaven, fortune, and universe, is the traditional folklore music of the mountain people of Tajikistan. The elements' themes range from love to sentimentalism and philosophy, and it is performed by singers of all genders, separately or within groups. Falak is viewed as a state of mind and an identity marker for the mountain communities. The evaluation body underlined that the nomination was initially submitted in 2017 and it was referred by the committee. The body considered that the nomination meets all 5 criteria. In particular, appreciated the extensive list of safeguarding measures and the involvement of the communities, groups and individuals concerned in their development. The file demonstrates broad community participation in the preparation of the nomination. Letters of consent from 2020 are included in addition to letters from 2015. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of Falak on the representative list. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And the Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendment for this file. Therefore, may I ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file as shown on the screens as a whole. Yes, since there is no objection, I adopt it. Adopted, and congratulations. Now, I give the floor to the Secretary General of UNESCO of Tajikistan. Over to you.
Your Excellency, Mr. Chairperson, dear evaluation body, dear all participants, first of all, let me to congratulate Sri Lanka for very good management of this event. On behalf of the government of the Republic of Tajikistan, I would like to express my gratitude and my thanks, appreciations to evaluation body for including Tajikistan nomination Falak to the UNESCO representative list of Intangible Cultural Heritage. Falak is traditional folklore music genre of the Tajik people. Falak means heaven, fortune, or universe. This year, Tajikistan celebrates 30th anniversary of the independence, and including Tajikistan nomination to UNESCO representative list is a great gift for my people. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Tajikistan. Thank you very much. And now I move on to 8.B.6 from Bulgaria. Yep. I think, yes, Tajikistan, do they have a video?
Yes, please. Yes, we have.
Yes, yes, please go ahead. Yes, sorry. Yes, thank you very much. And now I would like to move to this one. Yes, 8.b.6, Bulgaria. As maybe Bulgaria or Bulgaria. Visoko multi-part singing from Dolan and Satocha, southwestern Bulgaria. Okay, now I would like to ask the chairperson of the evaluation body to explain about this. Over to you.
Thank you. Visoko is a traditional practice where groups comprised of women and girls sing low pitch, high pitch, and in combination. Visoko singing is emblematic of local musical practice and creates a sense of community among singers in the groups, while strengthening social ties between the singers and their audiences. After initiating a dialogue process on criterion R3, the evaluation body considered that the nomination meets all 5 criteria. The preparation of the nomination was initiated by the community in Satovcha, while the Dolan community was involved throughout the nomination process through meetings organized with bearers and practitioners from these villages. They will participate in a set of safeguarding measures involving various stakeholders, local performers and students of Visoko singing and universities and music schools in the country. In conclusion, the evaluation body recommends the inscription of Visoko multi-part singing from Dolan and Satovcha, southwestern Bulgaria, on the representative list. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And the Bureau did not receive any request for debate or amendment for this file. And therefore, may I ask the committee to adopt draft decision on this file as shown on the screens as a whole, and draft decision 16.com 8.b.6. I see no objection, therefore I adopted. I think Bulgaria would like to speak, and therefore over to you, Bulgaria. The floor is yours.
Thank you very much. My delegation takes the floor for the first time. Allow me to congratulate you on your election and to express our appreciation for the able manner you are conducting our work. Mr. Chairperson, Bulgaria expresses deep gratitude to the committee, its members, and the evaluation body for the inscription of the nomination Visoko multi-part singing from Dolan and Satovcha on the representative list of the Intangible Cultural Heritage of humanity. We very much appreciate the valuable support and the high-level dialogue with the Secretariat. Although the multi-part singing of Dolan and Satovcha has been for decades a central cultural practice for the residents of only 2 Bulgarian villages, we're convinced that this inscription would contribute to the presentation of this type of singing as an example of rare and still carefully preserved local vocal practices in Bulgaria and in Southeastern Europe as a whole, and it could lay to grounds for exchange of good safeguarding practices with the communities in other countries of the region. Bulgaria is proud to be the host country of the Category 2 Center for the Safeguarding of Intangible Cultural Heritage for Southeastern Europe, which over the last 10 years became an important factor in raising awareness, capacity building, and fostering the regional and international cooperation to preserve the rich living heritage in the region and to promote the cultural diversity. My country is firmly convinced of the crucial role of the intangible cultural heritage in strengthening the cultural identity of our societies, as well as in building peace based on mutual understanding and tolerance. Bulgaria reiterates its strong and continued commitment to the promotion and implementation of the 2003 Convention and stands ready to work actively and in close partnership with all stakeholders for the achievement of its noble mission. I thank you very much, Mr. Chairperson.
Yes, thank you very much. And today, I think most of the delegates would like to postpone certain things for tomorrow. So therefore, we are on a decision now. I will spell out that decision a little later, but before that, dear colleagues, we have concluded a very full and very fulfilling day of work. Not only because of me, the whole secretariat, including Mr. Tim Curtis and Mr. Otono is there, close by. So anyway, I must thank all these people. They are hard working. So I thank you all for your focus, cooperation, and excitement when discussing the items of our agenda. I ask that this energy continues into tomorrow's session and throughout the rest of the week. I would like the Bureau to be reminded that we will meet again tomorrow morning at 9:30 a.m. Paris time, so that we can adequately prepare for the sessions we have ahead of us. Before we end today, the day 3 of our session, let me ask the Secretariat to highlight some of the evening events that will be taking place online later this evening, Paris time. Over to you, Mr. Secretary. The floor is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chairperson. Dear committee members, dear observers, participants, indeed we're finishing slightly earlier today as so many states, because of time zones differences, want to make sure their communities are able to participate in the inscription process. I know that a number of people are also waiting for the results of the elections which were held at lunchtime, but the counting is still going on, so we will be announcing those results in the morning. Otherwise, there are 2 events taking place online after the close of today's session from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Paris time. There will be the General Assembly of the ICH NGO Forum taking place online via Zoom. This is the yearly meeting of the General Assembly of NGOs, accredited by UNESCO to provide advisory services to the Intergovernmental Committee. Also, from 5:30 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. Paris time, there will be an event launching the multimedia platform Intangible Cultural Heritage for Sustainable Development in the Andean region. During the event, there will be presentation of the results of the study Intangible Cultural Heritage and COVID-19 in the Andean countries, led by the UNESCO Cluster Office in Quito. While not nourishing the content of the platform, the study showcases in detail the dimensions and types of impact of the pandemic on specific ICH elements in Bolivia, Colombia, and Ecuador. More information and registration for both of these events can be found online on the calendar of events page located on the dedicated page for the 16th session. Thank you, Mr. Chairperson, and over to you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Curtis, the Secretary, to this conference. So thank you, and I hope our distinguished colleagues are able to attend at least one of these events mentioned above, both of which look very interesting. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you all tomorrow. So I declare today's session adjourned. All the best for you. Stay safe. We'll meet tomorrow morning as scheduled. Thank you very much for everybody. Adjourned.